Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. Today I want to go over one of the more interesting cards out of the Whispers of the Old Gods expansion. Even though it may not look like it, Soggoth the Slitherer is indeed a very interesting and very played card, in fact. So, Soggoth the Slitherer, originally, we look at the card, it's not very good. But I think a lot of the assessments that we had brought forward, including my own, were largely inaccurate because we saw what Whispers of the Old Gods was bringing to the table. It was bringing to the table almost no aggressive cards, and a lot of the super aggressive cards are moving out of the standard format, with GVG and Nax going out. So we thought, it'll be a slow meta, and in a slow meta, just playing a taunt that has a bunch of HP is not really a big deal because Soggoth does indeed do a pretty crappy job of killing very large minions. Now, if you've played ladder recently, you would know the very large minions don't actually exist. So Soggoth's worst case has been avoided. Soggoth also does pretty well because most of the paladin decks, which dominated the ladder prior to Whispers of the Old Gods, are no longer there. There are a few control paladin decks, but generally are considered inferior to the more aggressive decks out there. So basically what I'm saying is you do not see cards like Keeper of Uldaman very often, and it's cards like those that really make cards like Soggoth unplayable. So most of the counters are gone. Another very interesting counter we saw a lot of at the start of Whispers of the Old Gods is the Black Knight. A lot of people were playing taunt minions, and a lot of people were playing slow decks. So if you drew Black Knight in your opening hand, it didn't cost you as much. But again, I think in ladder right now we are 85 to 90% aggro or tempo or combo decks. So because of that, well, yeah, Soggoth is okay. People can't afford to run the cards that punish it because they would lose more to aggressive decks out there. And people can't run the big minions because they would lose more to aggressive decks out there. And Soggoth just happens to be pretty good against aggressive and mid-range decks. So Soggoth does actually see some ladder play. If you have Soggoth the Slitherer and you're playing a deck that, you're trying to kind of combo out or maybe have some kind of control element, you'll be pleasantly surprised with the results of the one card. Now, you probably will be generally disappointed when you play control decks against all the crazy aggro and Zerg decks out there. But Soggoth will definitely seem like an asset. So what this means is, if you really want to play that archetype, Soggoth is pretty good. He's going to serve his role, he's going to stop the damage, and he's going to stop the damage and kill like 4 or 5 minions as he does so. And that's basically what he's designed to do, and this combo of can't be targeted and taunt is indeed a very powerful one, given a specific state in the meta, which right now we really are experiencing. So I think Soggoth will be a little bit better if the meta ever evolves into a state where it's slightly slower. I feel right now the control decks are just purely not competitive against the aggro and zoo decks, specifically on ladder, where the game time is also a factor in the power of any given deck. So I think if control decks had slightly higher win rates than they do now, it might be worth it to actually play control decks. And if you play control decks, but more people were still playing aggro and zoo decks, Soggoth would be kind of like a staple in most of those decks. We're almost there. That kind of meta switch can happen from just like 1 or 2 cards being introduced, 1 or 2 cards being nerfed, or just this very specific deck being, revealed by the Hearthstone community and a lot of the decks adjusting to that. Right now, Soggoth is not making big waves in Constructed, but he's really like on the edge of making an impact. In Arena, it's a little bit of a different story. In Arena, the big minions do exist because you kind of need 2 to 4 big minions in any given deck, so you can kind of curve out and just have that aspect of the game where you can win in the late game. So Soggoth does encounter a few more of his weaknesses there with big minions, and there are quite a few paladins, and quite a few of those paladins have Keeper of Uldaman, as it just happens to be one of the best paladin cards in the common slot ever. So, you do kind of run up against a lot of the weaknesses in Arena, much more so than you do in Constructed, but at the same time, Arena is often a challenge of how can you get the highest quality, the most, out of the 2 to 4 big minions you can have in your deck, and Soggoth does demand quite a lot of value. So, while he doesn't really break the game or anything, he does perform above par. He does perform above the average of most big minions and most legendaries, making him a pretty good card. So I want to show you guys a few of the moments, a few of the games that I experienced with the card, because he really does have quite a few highlights. He really does fit a specific niche that no other card does, and all in all, it's great that Blizzard kind of went in this direction to create such a cool card. So check out the clips, hope you guys gain some appreciation for the card, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay. Well, we have healing. Generally, we need a little bit more than that. That helps. Their legendary's really boring for you. Well, they could spice it up and play some Face Shaman. Seems like a pretty good deck. Only 95% of the people playing in tournaments are using it. Seems fun. I sound sick. No, my throat's a little bit coarse. But... what can I do?
The battle! Reporting for duty. The battle!
Fuck.
Do you have the option?
Yeah, I wanted to burn a freezer explosive, but I'm not very successful there. Well, do you have a freeze now?
Get back!
Well, I'm pretty low, but do have Reno, Ragnaros, and Alistraza, so shouldn't really be a problem.
Get back!
Okay.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Base. Base.
How much? Move quickly. Your magic shall not save
And one off lethal with Alistraza.
how much?
Oh. Oh, I guess I didn't quite have it.
Scrub.
Okay. Going pretty well, I guess. Not bad. Looking pretty good, actually. I think we're gonna win. Okay.
in a museum. Not hold back. For justice.
I don't think there's only one card that can beat me.
To my side. Well fought.
Oh, gotta do it.
Thank you.
I got it, guys. I got it. Settle down. It's nice. What do you think this might be? Face Shaman? Oh my god. That's scary. It's Shaman. I heard the Blizzard guys call it Shaman. Must be Shaman.
Reporting for duty.
Did you bring some fish?
Battle.
Combo here, but wasn't good enough. Yeah, it's not great, but can't do too much. Three, please. Okay. Why are you whining, Dex? Doggy hard life. It's hard to bite the toy that he has, I see. That makes sense. Oh, that's a super crappy attack. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna bling it here. Oh. Oh no. What was the first one? You just gave him a fucking Arcanite Reaper, dude.
For justice.
That's not very good.
For justice. History.
Okay.
Elements I like. Totems I love.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
For justice. For justice.
Show them no mercy.
Squirrel to 8-8. I wish. Watch him like wind speaker me to death. Okay, well that's pretty bad.
For justice.
Fuck.
You have been measured.
For justice.
Never lucky, man. I guess Ragnaros is pretty nice. I have a feeling I'm gonna die. Oh, low rolls, not bad, okay.
For justice. For justice.
I bring life.
Okay, get a hex, not bad. Fork lightning again. Alright. Dude, I'm gonna heal all the way. I wanna go back up to 30.
Reporting for duty. battle.
30. Pretty good. Hammer in the nail. What?
The Fire Lord calls.
Nope.
Still too soon.
For duty.
Not bad, man. Not bad. I'm not getting wrecked. I'm doing the wrecking, man. Dude, I got lethal here.
Do you have the artifact?
Warlock's gonna be difficult going second, but I think I'll probably have to coin dagger. Yeah, I can get 100% mana use for the first 4 turns with this hand at least.
It's time for a little blood.
I taste blood.
For Nomrica! For the gnome!
Here we go.
Okay, yeah, 2 drop, 1 drop. That comes out to a turn 3, 4, 4 across 2 minions. It's pretty good. This kind of sucks. Okay, so I have a bad turn right now. The question is, what am I doing next turn? There's a good chance I'm going to Shadow Strike next turn, so I probably want the Huckster for next turn. If I can hold on for Sneeds, it can win me the game. I have early game right now, kind of. So.
Here we go.
Yeah, all of my plays sucked that turn. I made that play because then next turn I will have a really good play. If I can Shadow Strike a 5 and then play the Huckster, I'm in good shape.
Here we go.
Tempo Kodo, yeah. I killed this guy because I don't want to get Dread Infernal. No, look, Dread Infernal. Okay.
My shield for honor.
Hellfire would be really bad, but I can't play around it.
Get it out! Get it out!
I taste blood.
Basically, get a random hero power. It's not terribly useful, but okay. I guess it's an option. It might come in handy if I'm like really close to killing him or if I'm about to die. It's like a risk I can reasonably try to take.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Oh, that's really bad.
Into the
Alright.
breach.
Top deck Siphon Soul. Yes! Yes! Thank you, Soggoth. Thank you. So generous. Alright, well, let's kill that before it gets insane. I think every hero power is better than Rogue after one more dagger. So, I think it's reasonable. can hit for 2. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll play this. Just because it kills him next turn. The other cards don't do that. I was salty a little bit earlier, but I mean, that was pretty justifiable. Justifiable salt, guys. I'm not a robot, okay?
Almost out of time.
Alright. That's pretty bad. Oh! Oh! I do believe this is lethal. Thanks only to Renounce.
Here we go.
The dream, boys, the dream.